Guys, we're here with Chuck Wharton from Total Sports Connection here in Martins Ferry. Chuck, I've been coming here the majority of my life, so you've been in business for quite a while. How long exactly has it been?
This will be our 31st year in business.
31st year? Mm-hmm. Did you start it yourself back
I did.
31 years ago?
I started it out of the bedroom of my house and kind of grew it from there. So,
well, that's an awesome story. Mm-hmm. So when did you move into this location here?
This actual location, we were uptown for a couple years. We were up close to where Zontini's is for a couple of years, and we've been here since 2006.
Okay.
So we've been in this location for actually 20 years.
And if you don't know where this is, you're right on, this is South Zane Highway, right?
South Zane Highway. Yep. Yeah, right across from Deluxe Doors.
Okay. Do you have a favorite memory or favorite interaction over the years dealing with so many teams and different sporting events?
You know, I was just talking about this not too long ago, that one of the best things about this job and being able to work in the Valley where I grew up is developing friendships with a lot of the coaches, and even some guys that coached when I played are still coaching. So it's really a treat that the customers actually have become friends. So it's really, it makes it nice to come to work.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of long-standing relationships. So I see a lot of familiar faces coming here, even when I just stop in. So
yeah, we do.
Definitely have a good clientele. And speaking of clientele, how has your clientele been, and maybe just the city of Martins Ferry over the years? How has that supported your business?
You know, it's there again, it's funny too, because a lot of the times we'll get to know people because their kids are in sports or in school. The kids grow up, they get out of school, so you don't see those people as often, but you see new people. Mm-hmm. Now we're getting to the point where when we first started, a lot of the people that were kids are now having kids. Mm-hmm. So we're getting second generation customers. And like I said, it's one of those things where you get to know the entire family and generations. And like I said, it allowed us to be a part of the community and know people even outside of this.
Being a part of the community, I know from going to Ferry myself that you took part and still take part in a lot of the fundraisers as far as the apparel goes for the different sports teams and doing the fundraisers for them. So can you talk a little bit
we do.
about that?
So, and not only here, I mean, everything pretty much started in Martins Ferry, but we've been fortunate enough to be able to grow throughout the Valley, actually in the tri-state area. But we do a lot of business with organizations, with teams, with groups, trying to help them raise funds. The way things are now with athletic budgets and things like that, it's really become up to parents, organizations, and kids to be able to get the things that they need for their sports. So we kind of step in and try to give them some opportunities and some different ideas as far as how they can not only raise funds, but also get things to their supporters to support their team. So,
and it helps when your apparel looks really good.
Well, we appreciate that. We try to do the best we can, and that's I think in business one of the things that you want to try to do is you want to be able to satisfy the customers so that you get repeat business. Doesn't do you a lot of good kind of shortchange people, because pretty soon that customer base is going to run out. So you got to, we rely heavily on repeat business and word of mouth business. So
it goes a long way.
It does. Yeah, it does.
My last question for you. Over the years, I have some of my favorite designs that you guys have done. What's that creative process look like when you're designing some of the apparel?
Well, it's and there again, I have a business background. I went to school for business. I have no graphic design or graphic art experience whatsoever. So pretty much everything that I did and the people that work here, we've taught ourselves. And that's probably one of the most enjoyable parts of the things that I do, is sitting down and be able to try to create things, especially when there's different happenings, like when Steubenville went to the state championship. We came up with a Final Four shirt for them, and they sold to their fans. So to me, that's a lot of fun for me and some of the other people that work here. To kind of create some things and design some things. And
it's got to be cool to see so many people wearing the product around.
It is. And we go to, even other towns and you see different things, and immediately I can recognize, okay, we did that, or we did that, type thing. So,
Well, Yeah, that's about the extent of it here.
Okay.
I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Can you tell people where they can find you online?
We're our retail store is here, 104 South St. Highway. We're on Facebook, but our website is www.totalsportsconnection.net. Our phone number is 740-633-2772. Anybody have any questions, looking for anything, we're happy to answer, any requests or questions that you may have.
Well, we appreciate your time, Chuck.
Thank you.
Very much.
Appreciate it.